We are halfway through the month of January. Today, we'll be discussing sneakers to resell in the remainder of the month. If you're not into reselling, that's okay as well. You could use this guide to know what are going to be the most hype sneakers, the most limited, or even what popular general releases may potentially go on sale because, hey, we're all trying to save some money. Specifically, we'll be discussing the name of the sneaker, the retail, the release date, and whether the sneaker will be profitable or not, or they may even sit on shelves, resulting in a sale price. Feel free to subscribe and enable post notifications. This way you stay 100% updated on all these profitable releases. Also, be sure to follow my Twitter for urgent updates and info, Keith Adam 10, and personals for you, such as the recent shock drops we have seen. For early info before these shock drops occur, Endurance always has your back. In fact, there's going to be a limited restock tomorrow, January 15th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. CET, as well as a completely free giveaway that you guys can enter right now if you want. Kicking it off with the 15th for $120, the Dunk Low Sesame will be dropping at boutiques, but the sneakers US date will be on the 17th. Demand is actually holding up quite well for these at the moment, even without the special box version, so I would expect these to be profitable with a decent to good margin, of course larger sizes being the better. Also on the 17th for $180, the Slam Jam Air Force 1 Low in black will be dropping. However, since the retail is so high, these are personals only. In fact, pre-sale is already at retail. Then potentially on the 18th for $120 in men and $90 in grade school, the delayed Dunk Low Plaid might be dropping. The men's pairs are starting to look like personals only, but as we initially discussed, most demand would probably derive from females for these, so perhaps there might be potential for lunch money with a subpar to decent margin on the grade school sizes, especially if these become popularized by TikTok, as we've seen happen before recently. We'll see, of course, what occurs. There also is a red high version of these dropping for $125 on the same day, but I'd expect these to just be personals. Also on the 18th, we might potentially see the Dunk Low multiple swooshes drop for $120. I'd expect these to mostly just be personals, or at best, large sizes to be lunch money with a poor margin if you have no tax. Moving on to the 19th, we have yet another restock of the Panda Dunks. The men, women, and grade school Dunk Lows will all still be profitable with a good margin in all sizes. Despite the tons of stock that we have seen already, there still is sufficient demand for these, hence they are selling. As for the Dunk High black and white, these are personals only still. Also on the 19th for $120, the Dunk Low Year of the Rabbit in white, crimson, and varsity royal will be dropping in Europe. US should be on a later date, and we also have more colorways of these coming soon too. Anyway, there seems to be really solid demand on this colorway in particular at the moment, so I would expect them to be profitable with a very good margin. Then on the 21st, potentially for $140, the Jordan 1 Year of the Rabbit should be dropping, but they might also be delayed. Initially, I said that these would have a decent chance for profitability since a lot of demand would derive from the fact that they look similar to reverse mochas. However, it is now known that these will be limited to only 5,000 pairs. So that combined with the fact that these already would have good demand makes me think that these will be very profitable with a great margin in all sizes. Also on the 21st for $200, the Jordan 5 Aqua will be dropping in Europe, but the US date will be much later on April 8th, I believe. Regardless, like many recent Jordan 5s, I just expect these to mainly be personals, unless you happen to have good local buyers where you could avoid seller fees and still be okay with a poor margin nonetheless. Then on the 24th, for $150, the Jordan 7 Barely Grape and grade school sizes will be dropping. Personal only for these, like most Jordan 7s. You might even be able to grab them on sale if you are patient. Moving on to the 26th for $200, the Jordan 2 Craft may potentially be dropping. Like most Jordan 2s, I'd expect these to just be personals unless you have good local buyers. Also on the 26th for $185, the Air Max 97 Golden Bullet will be returning in Europe, while I believe US might not be until March. Regardless, like the last time these dropped in 2017, I'd expect these to just be personals. Also on the 26th for $120, the Dunk Low Coconut Milk may be dropping again. Unfortunately, they're still really close to retail, so I'd have to say personal only for these. And the same goes for the Dunk Low Next Nature Curry Brown, which also drops on the 26th for $115, just personals. Then on the 27th for $150, the Union AJKO 1 Low will be dropping, and in fact, it appears there will be a second colorway dropping as well with a green swoosh. We have seen some Union collabs brick in the past, such as the Cortez. However, I do believe that these will have sufficient demand for at least lunch money with a poor to subpar margin in large sizes, but certainly nothing great for either. Also on the 27th for $150, the Jordan 3 Dunk on Mars in grade school sizes will be dropping. I think sizes 6 to 7 might have potential for lunch money with a poor margin if you have no tax, but not much more than that. They're mostly just personals. I don't think there's going to be any men's sizes dropping for these. Then on the 28th for $225, the Jordan 2 Low Responsibility will be dropping. I already don't expect great demand for these since they're Jordan 2 lows, but that high retail really ruins any chance for profitability, so I'd have to say personals only. And lastly, potentially for January, at least so the rumors were saying, but they might be pushed to February or March, we'll see, but with no precise date as of now, the new Adidas 350 in gray with no Yeezy branding should be dropping. Now, I made a full video describing my thoughts on how these unbranded Yeezys would perform, but in a nutshell, I don't think it will be a notable difference, perhaps a 5% decrease in demand from a niche portion of the market, which is being a lot of us devoted sneakerheads, even though a lot of people buying Adidas 350s these days aren't really as into sneakers as a lot of us, so consequently a lot of them don't even care or even understand what's going on. But nonetheless, I would have expected these to mostly be personals either way, with potential for lunch money with a poor to subpar margin and large sizes at best, considering that's the route Yeezy 350s were heading anyway. So nothing great either way. Anyway, that'll conclude it for today. You can feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed, or perhaps if you learned a thing or two. Remember that the limited endurance restock will be tomorrow, January 15th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. CET via the Endurance Twitter, and there's even a free giveaway which you guys could enter right now. Subscribe and enable post notifications. This way you stay 100% updated on all hyped releases. Also, be sure to check out the other links in the description below, such as kit proxies for reliable, fast residential proxies. Last but not least, make sure to follow Keith Adam 10 and Personals for You. This way you guys stay up to date on all urgent info like I was going over today. With that though, I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and of course, good luck on all these upcoming releases.